Hello dear students. In this video, we will do how errors propagate in the division and in the power of a certain physical quantity. Before doing these two expressions, we will understand the binomial theorem. The binomial theorem. Here we will understand it in brief because we are going to use this theorem in deriving these two relations. But you will do this binomial theorem in detail in mathematics. So here we will only understand this theorem in brief. The part of this theorem we are going to use in the above relations. So the theorem states that if we have such kind of expression, it's given 1 plus x raised to power n. If we have certain expressions, here x can be any real number. It's any real number, right? And n, which is in the power of this bracket, n is any integer. I hope you know what are integers. Integers are numbers which can be positive, can be negative, can have any fractional value. So n is any integer and x is a real number, right? So if we have this expression and the condition is this x, the modulus of this x, you will not take a positive or negative sign, means this can only be a positive. The modulus of this x should be very, very less than 1. If this expression follows this condition, fulfills this condition, then we can write it like 1 plus n comes here in the multiplication with x, right? So I can write that 1 plus x raised to power n will be approximately equal to 1 plus nx. When you can write this? If x is very, very small as compared to 1. But if x is not small, then we have certain more terms here. Then there will be the third, fourth and so on, n terms, right? But if x is very, very small as compared to 1, then simply we can write this equal to 1 plus nx. Getting my point? So this is the binomial theorem. I'm again repeating that this theorem you will do in detail in the maths subject, right? There is one complete chapter on this binomial theorem. So here I am trying to make you clear only in brief. This is the only part we are going to use in our above mentioned expressions, right? So if x is I'm repeating, if x is very, very small as compared to 1, then simply we can write it as 1 plus nx. Okay, and if x is not smaller than 1, means it is having certain value which is comparable to 1 or like that, then we have certain more terms here. But I'm not expressing it here because as we do not use this here, don't want this here, right? So now I hope this theorem is clear to you. Let's do now the error in division. So now the first expression we're going to start how error propagate in division, right? So now let the measured value of a is, the measured value of a is a plus minus delta a. Delta a represents the error in a. Similarly, the measured value of b is b plus minus delta b. Now, if I want some other physical quantity x which is equal to a divided by b, then how these errors will propagate, what I will do with these errors. So in this expression we will find out that. Now let's put the value. Error in x is given by x plus minus delta x is equal to, let's put the value of a plus minus delta a, divide by the measured value of b is b plus minus delta b. Right? Again, I'll use the same trick. Let's take out the x common. What you will get? 1 plus minus delta x upon x. Similarly, let's take a common in the numerator. I'll get 1 plus minus delta a upon a. Divide by b common from the denominator. 1 plus minus delta b upon b. Right? Now, if I compare the left hand side with the right hand side, I can simply say that x is equal to a divided by b. So what I am left with, 1 plus minus delta x upon x will be equal to now 1 plus minus delta a upon a. Okay, can I do one thing? This bracket is in the denominator, has a power 1. When it goes to the numerator, I can write it along with the numerator, but the power, this power becomes minus 1. Right? Means 2 upon 3 can be written as 2 multiplied by 3 power minus 1. So simply I am doing the same here. Right? Now, here I can use the binomial, because this delta b is very small, and when I divide this delta b with the b, this factor become more smaller. So I can simply say that delta b upon b is very less as compared to 1. So I can use the binomial here. What is the binomial? That 1 plus x raised to power n can be written as 1 plus nx. This is approximately, this is the symbol of approximate. So this is 1 plus nx. Right? So now I can write 1 plus minus delta x upon x is equal to 1 plus minus delta a upon a into 1. This minus 1 moves here. Plus minus multiply by minus 1 delta b upon b. I hope this is clear to you. Now further, let's do this. 1 plus minus delta x upon x will be equal to 1 plus minus delta a upon a into 1. When it multiplies, this plus minus 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 plus, so delta b upon b. Right? So simply it can be written as plus minus only. So let's now open this bracket. When 1 multiplied with this complete bracket, it becomes 1 plus minus delta b upon b. Similarly, multiply this with this whole bracket, I'll get plus minus delta a upon a, and then plus minus delta a upon a multiplied by delta b upon b. Right? On the left hand side, I have 1 plus minus delta x upon x. Again, compare 1 on the left hand side. Here also on the right hand side we have 1, so it will cut down. So I can simply say that this plus minus delta x upon x will be equal to this whole factor. So plus minus delta x upon x will be equal to plus minus delta a upon a plus minus delta b upon b, and the last factor is plus minus delta a upon a into delta b upon b. Right? So again I can neglect this value. This value is very small, and if I neglect this, it will not affect the answer. So simply on neglecting this value, I can get that plus minus delta x upon x is equal to plus minus delta a upon a plus minus delta b upon b. Right? So this is again is same result as we have got in the multiplication of two physical quantities. So whether it is division or it is multiplication, the fractional error, the maximum fractional error in the division and multiplication is same and is equal to the sum of their individual fractional errors. Right? So this is how we will solve the errors when we divide the two physical quantities. So we'll do one numerical on it, but before that let's do the error in the power of a quantity. Let's complete that also first, then we'll do the numericals collectively. Now let's solve error in the power of a quantity. Right? Now let us we have measured value of a as a plus minus delta a, and we have to calculate the value of x, which is equal to a raised to power n. Understand? Power of a quantity means if we have to raise to the power to a certain physical quantity, then how the errors will propagate. Now what we will do with this delta a, if we have to raise to the power a certain value. Okay, so in that case, let's find that. Let us put this value. X will be equal to x plus minus delta x. Here a, let's put the measured value of a here, a plus minus delta a power n. Right? Now let us take out this a common again. If I'll take the a common from this bracket, and this bracket has the power n, right? So when I take the a common, what comes out of the bracket? A raised to power n. Clear? What I left with inside the bracket, 1 plus minus delta a upon a power n. Right? And similarly here, take out x common. I'll get 1 plus minus delta x upon x. Now if I compare both sides, x is equal to a raised to power n. So this will cut down. I'm left with 1 plus minus delta x upon x is equal to 1 plus minus delta a upon a power n. Again, I can use the binomial here because this delta a upon a is very small than 1, because delta a must be very small error. It is an error, absolute error. It must be in decimal, 0.2 or 0.3, or it can be 0.001. Right? So again, I'm dividing it with the value of a. It becomes so small. So this value is very less than 1. So I can use the binomial here. What is the binomial? I can simply write this value by multiplying this n here with delta a upon a. Right? So on the left hand side, I have 1 plus minus delta x upon x. Right? Now again, on comparing, I can say this delta x upon x is equal to n into delta a upon a. So plus minus delta x upon x is equal to n into delta a upon a. Right? So if x is equal to a raised to power n, then the relative error, that is delta x upon x, will be equal to n times the relative error in a. So the fractional error in the nth power of a quantity is n times the fractional error in that quantity. N times the fractional error in that quantity. So you can imagine that error will be multiplied n times in that particular quantity. Fine. So now let's do some numericals based on it. Now let's solve this numerical. Find the relative error in Z, and if Z is given as this. So Z has these 4 physical quantities and it has something in the power. A raised to power 4, B raised to power 1 by 3, C raised to power 1 and D raised to power 3 by 2. And A and B are in multiplication. Divide by C and D, right? So all are in multiplication or in division. So in that case, how you will find the relative error? That relative error in Z, how can I write? Delta Z upon Z. This is the relative error in Z. It is equal to the relative error in A. But how many times that error will be? Now 4 times, because A raised to power 4. So now the error in A will be 4 times the relative error in A, plus it is in multiplication, so relative errors will add, right? Plus again B raised to power 1 by 3. So 1 by 3 will be in multiplication. Now relative error in B. Clear? Now C is in division, but the errors will add. Relative error will add. So plus, what is the power in C? 1. So 1 multiply by delta C upon C. Similarly, in D it is 3 by 2. The power is 3 by 2. So relative error becomes 3 by 2, the relative error in Z. So this will be the total error, total relative error in Z. Fine. Now further, it can be asked, find out the percentage error. So now if it will be asked that find out the percentage error, then you will simply multiply left hand side and right hand side with the 100 to calculate the percentage error. So multiply by 100 both sides. So if I multiply by 100 both sides, I'll get the percentage error. So 4 delta A upon A multiply by 100. This is the percentage error in A, plus 1 by 3 delta B upon B multiply by 100. This is the percentage error in B, plus 1 delta C upon C multiply by 100. Similarly, plus 3 by 2 delta D upon D multiply by 100. So this is the percentage error in Z, right? Let's solve this NCERT question now. It is given that the percentage error in the mass and speed are 2% and 3%. Percentage error is given in mass and speed. Now you have to calculate that how much will be the maximum error in the kinetic energy obtained by using this mass and speed. So we have to calculate the maximum possible error in the kinetic energy, right? So let's write down first what is given to us. Percentage error in mass. So how we'll write the percentage error in mass? Delta M upon M multiply by 100. So this is given to us. How much? 2%, right? Similarly, the percentage error in speed. So delta V upon V multiply by 100. Let's denote the speed with V. So it is given that this is 3%. Fine. So now we have to find out the kinetic energy, and you have done the formula for kinetic energy. It is what? Half mv square, mass into velocity square. So now let us first write down the relative error in kinetic energy. How you will write the relative error? That is delta K upon K is equal to, this is constant, so we'll not use while writing the error, right? So error in mass will be delta M upon M. Now mass and velocity are in multiplication, so relative error will add. Fine. And also there is a power 2 with the velocity, V raised to power 2. So this power will multiply with the relative error of V, that is delta V upon V. This is what we have done in the derivation, and this is what we have in the formula, right? So now this is what we have written, the expression for the relative error in the kinetic energy. But the question is to find out the maximum percentage error, because the percentage errors are given to us. So we have to find the percentage error in kinetic energy. So to calculate the percentage error, multiply by 100 both sides. So let's do that. Delta K upon K multiply by 100 is equal to delta M upon M multiply by 100 plus 2 into delta V upon V multiply by 100. So this value, both values are given to us. What is delta M upon M into 100? That is 2%. So 2 plus this 2 multiply by this delta V upon V is given to us, that is 3%. So 3, right? So it becomes 2 plus 6, which is equal to 8, right? So the percentage error in the kinetic energy, which is delta K upon K into 100, is given by 8%. So I can write here plus minus 8%, right? So this is how you will solve such numericals. Clear?